Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. I told you guys we're doing a rapid fire test drive series, and this Jeep Wrangler 4xe, it's technically, I think, a Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe is the correct order. This is our subject of today. This is an interesting vehicle. It's a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine powered Jeep, and we've seen this engine in the e-torque models and other Jeep models, of course. It's, I believe, the same engine shared with the Alfa Romeo Stelvio and Giulia, but here it's also paired with a plug-in system. Come on over here and take a look at this. Anytime you see a Jeep with all these blue accents on it, that looks stock because people do modify them, and you see this thing here, this means it's the plug-in hybrid 4xe variant. And this is the first of a few 4xe variants to come for Jeep in their world. But you can see here the J1772 charging port. I believe it has a 6.6 kilowatt onboard charger, but we'll have to verify that, of course, when we do our full review. It's a 17 kilowatt hour battery pack. Currently, it's dead for our test drive, which I'm really disappointed about because I think the beauty of a plug-in hybrid is when it's full. So I would say this is going to be a taste of what the 4xe was like, at least our first impressions with a dead battery. It doesn't seem like we're off to a good start here, but we'll go ahead and share the video and see what it's like. And then when we get it for a full review, we'll do all of our charging tests, all of our range tests, city and highway, and of course, we'll even do an off-road range test. Won't be as scientific or loop style, but we'll see how it does. Interestingly, you can run full electric on the trail, even in 4-wheel drive low with front and rear lockers. This is the Rubicon trim, which means you have sway bar disconnects, all the other good off-roady stuff. And the roof does come off. Personally, my opinion right off the bat is you either get the V8 or you get the plug-in hybrid. Almost no downsides here. And it's rated at, I believe, 21 or 22 miles EPA range for full electric. That's on the Sahara model. The Rubicon with 33s and some more off-roady stuff probably won't go as far, but of course it's up to your driving. Let's jump in, take it for a drive. Everything else about it is normal JL Wrangler, which we've seen many times. Max regen on, steering wheel towards me.
Extended. We
don't want to die with a truck. Traction control, I think we'll leave on. And let's rip it. It just like went and hit the rev limiter and then died. That was weird.
Well, I think it was trying to go in electric mode. Didn't realize it was empty. And then just full boost.
Initial impressions, drivetrain calibration is not good. That's as far as I've driven it. All right, so let's turn max regen off really quick. Coasting, max regen on. Lots of regen, one pedal drive, nice. So right now we are in hybrid mode. There's also electric mode, which it won't let us go into because the battery's depleted because for an event they didn't bring a charging station. And then there's e-save, which uses the combustion engine to hold the state of charge of the high voltage system. Makes sense. We have less than 1% battery now, which I would also just indicate as 0, but Jeep doesn't do it that way. There is a little bit of a bottom buffer to hold for normal hybrid driving. So this is basically operating as a normal hybrid at this point, where you still get electric driving like now. And
it says here, engine 0.
Oh, look at this. It'll tell you kilowatts. So we're charging at 3 kilowatts. Wow, 26 kilowatts on throttle off regen at 38 miles an hour. That's impressive. Pretty good. So we just jumped in and started complaining. Tijmen, tell me about the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe. Explain the trim level and a little bit about the system.
Trim level is the highest trim level, I believe.
The most off-roady.
Yeah. Most capable, they say.
It's on 33s.
Yep. And they say it's the most capable Jeep you can buy.
Yep.
Because of the E system.
Right. They say that you can ford through just as much water. All the benefits of the normal Wrangler apply here, just with the benefits of an electrified system.
Yeah, would they say 30 inches or so?
Yeah, 30 inches of water, which is a lot. What else? 17 kilowatt hour battery pack, some kind of electric motor. They didn't know the maximum power. According to our colleague at Inside EVs, Tom Malagny, you cannot drive at 70 miles per hour constant in electric mode. He said that it was not powerful enough to maintain highway electric driving with any sort of incline. But they claim it's good enough to do trails in electric mode, and I would agree. It feels really
Well, I don't think you're really gonna go over 70 miles an hour on a off-roading trail. So.
No, never on an off-roading trail. No, of course not. You're gonna do like 10 on an off-roading trail. Let's take this through town, I guess. We're all around Red Rocks here on the west side of Denver, and I have to say, getting out of the Bronco and into this, I feel like we just went back 30 years.
Yeah, a world of a difference.
Look, I hate to be so negative on this thing, but after driving that Bronco, this feels like a pile of crap. It really does. Look at this old Bentley over here, super nice. Wow, that is classy. Oh, it's an R as well, turbo R. Wrangler 4xe has some positives. So what is the reason someone would choose the 4xe over a 392, a 6-cylinder, or the Turbo 4?
It was the cheapest.
To lease.
Yes.
So when you factor in all the tax credits, they lease out really well. And actually for the last 2 months of this recording, who knows when this video will go live, this was the most popular plug-in hybrid vehicle in all of America.
Until they ran out of sales.
Until they ran out.
Or not sales.
Units.
Units, yeah.
Right. So people really seem to be going crazy for this thing. People love their Jeeps, especially around here. And you're a Jeep owner. Used to be. Excuse me. Don't want to bring you down.
Yeah.
So previous Jeep owner.
Yeah, a 2017 manual Wrangler Sport with 35s, no lift.
No, a lot of rub.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the 4xe? Would you go for this? Because I see no downsides getting the electric system.
Yeah, no, I'd probably, because it's better than the V6, honestly.
Right, the V6 is not great. And if you're getting the 2-liter, you may as well get the faster one, which is the plug-in hybrid. And, the engine's doing a whole bunch of stuff. Drivetrain feels a little weird. Very peaky when you get into boost, but maybe not. I don't know.
And there's no real weight difference either. He said 700 pounds between this and a
that's
V6.
Significant, but foot down.
I mean, for a Jeep, it's not that significant.
Oh,
it pulls pretty good.
Wow. This thing freaking rips. That was pretty amazing, I have to say. So, yeah, acceleration's good. Not that you ever really want to be driving this thing around. Turning radius is, same as a Jeep. All the benefits apply.
I mean, it is a Jeep.
What more could you really want here? I gotta say, with the battery dead, it's okay, but I really want to drive this with the battery full.
Must be a rocket ship.
We'll have to get one to test for a long period of time, but initial impressions are weird drivetrain calibration. It drives like a Jeep, which means it has, I don't know how to say this. It doesn't drive that great on the road.
It's more off-road focused.
More off-road focused. And, if you're already getting a Jeep, I think this might be the best one to get.
Yeah, I don't see the negatives to having a hybrid system.
It doesn't sound nearly as bad as the normal 4-cylinder too, because it masks it with that electric whine.
And then you still get the same amount of clearance and water depth. There's no negative to having the E system. Yeah,
get the 4xe. It's freaking fast too. I think you get this or the 392.
Yeah, there's no
in between. Don't get anything else. Those are your two. And we're going to drive the 392 as well at some point, so stay tuned for that video. But initial impression, Jeep Wrangler 4xe.
Good, not great.
Good. Needs some drivetrain improvement. But who knows? Maybe we just had like all of the anomalies hit us at once.
Yeah, probably. Since also the battery being dead doesn't help.
The battery being dead does not help. And we have it in max regen, which is really nice, actually. I really don't mind the pedal calibration. Yeah, will it come to a stop though? No, it just creeps forward. Okay.
That's something I do like is the regen aspect on having a hybrid system.
Yeah, because one, you save brakes. You're not wasting energy by transferring it to heat. It's actually going into a usable storage source and then being deployed again later. And what else? Drives better.
Yeah, and he said you can also use your 4 low, 4 high.
Yeah, it'll do all the 4-wheel drive stuff in electric mode,
which
we'll test for sure. Yeah, we'll do all that. Initial impression though, if you're buying a Jeep, buy this one.
Yeah, or the 392.
Or the 392. Cool, but it still doesn't drive that well. I just don't like the way Jeeps drive.
They're
just
nice
like,
off-road in like a mud situation.
Dude, but Bronco is like, oh, years ahead of this thing in terms of sophistication on the road, but just maybe as good, if not
Bronco is
better
brand new compared to like 1990, and this has been a car for the last 20 years.
I don't know. Now it's just like engine on, engine off, engine on, engine off, engine on, engine
That
off.
must not be good for...
It can't be good for your engine. I don't know. There, now it's off. Now it's back on again. Just choose. Pick one.
Are you in hybrid mode?
No, I am in hybrid mode. I can put it in e-save and just force it to be combustion, but like...
Uh-oh.
I don't know.